Good day, everybody. Welcome back to the Dirty Pat Walsh channel on YouTube with me, your host, Dirty Pat Walsh. I'm just out for a morning stroll. I had to mail some things in the mail, and sorry, Garrett. I'm not finished with the belt yet. It's coming. It's gonna be epic, dude. But I was just walking. You know, I'm in a totally new neighborhood now, so I'm just gonna show you a bit of what goes on here. Or just, you know, anyhow, this apartment here, I won't go right up to the house, but that row house there, the one right on the end, that was my studio for a good part of the decade in the 90s. That's where I wrote the majority of my later plays. Yeah, and this little pathway here, this didn't used to be so nice. It just used to be a raggedy old park. And this little pathway I used to stumble through drunk all the time. But as you can see, this park's kind of nice now. It didn't used to be nice at all. It used to be like you know, that pathway used to be just a dirt trail. None of this landscaping was done. There was needles all over these benches and shit. You know, this is kind of, you know, it's safe in the day. I've actually seen a couple potential fights break out this morning since I've been on my walk. But, yeah, this is the part of town that's a little, it's pretty sketchy around here. I'm going to show you this place. This place here, Youth Unlimited. This has always been a building that's used by this organization here called Kawartha Youth for Christ. And they're a Christian youth organization, obviously. And this is their space, I guess, or was their space. They're doing something different too. It seems like they're always renovating, and nothing's ever happening here except the odd dance or two, you know, that are pretty, like, really just drug deals and shit like that. There's this big kind of cool picture of Jesus, you know, a couple of the local constabulary. Yeah, trying to be more appealing to the youth, you know. They came in, let's rap, you know. But I think it's a kind of cool picture. You know, and it's got I like this little stencil there. That's pretty neat. It looks like one of the old Crass stencils. But you know, I don't know what they're doing in here now. It's a big renovation of some sort. But yeah, all that's ever been said about this place, it's been called the Bridge, it's been called Youth Unlimited, whatever. All I've heard is the kind of like the last thing that's going on there is Bible study, you know. But yeah, this is a parking lot. I used to walk through every day. When I first moved to Peterborough 30 years ago, I guess, almost 30 years ago, this was actually the first street I lived on, Bethune Street. And you know, pretty shortly we're going to pass the first house I lived in when I was a young, tender, 21-year-old aspiring writer and musician. And this bridge we're about to cross right now, we used to call the Van Halen Bridge, because there's kind of, this is the creek runs through here, and on this graffiti here used to be there used to be none of that graffiti. There was just a Van Halen logo, so we called it the Van Halen Bridge. And Yeah, I don't know what goes on there really. Probably not a whole lot. But yeah, this is where we're entering the first block I lived on in Peterborough. This place we're about to cross is the Society of St. Vincent de Paul. They run a food bank that has fed me many times. They used to run a thrift store out of this thing. It was amazing. One of the best thrift stores I've been in Canada. But it's moved elsewhere. It's in a, I don't know, it's not as good as it was. But it is what it is. And yeah, so when I first moved to Peterborough, it was in I moved here right before 1992. I moved here in September of 1991, I believe. And yeah, so I've been here since then. But when I first moved here, I moved to 501 Bethune Street, which is this White House right here. And the top, what would be the window, the top window closest to the blue house, that was my bedroom. So that's where I first lived when I moved here. And this area I'm crossing here used to be a building that's since been demolished, and another building's been built that says cancer on it. I think it's a cancer hospice or something like that. It used to be an old bookbinder print shop. And I tried to get a job there when I first moved to town, because that's what my mother does. She runs a printing shop. And so I had a little experience, but due to my crusty punk rock look and you know, the fucking smell of hard liquor permeating my skin, you know, I didn't get the job. So that's cool. But I'm gonna cut this short pretty soon. We're getting up to we're just crossing the street, and I'm 1 block away from my house. But sometimes I do these little walkarounds in my neighborhood or where I'm living, and I haven't done one yet for this end of town. You know, I'll be doing more of them and explaining more things about what goes on where here. Not giving, you know what I mean. I'm not talking about particular circumstances. I'm just giving you a general feel for the area. Yeah. But you know, the houses get a little nicer up here. You know, the other day Kelsey's car got broken into. And it kind of makes sense, you know, that there would be people robbing cars in this area, because this is like, you know, back there was like the super sketchy. It gets worse. Like the more south you get, the more sketchy it gets. But this is the first block of kind of nice housing, sort of nice housing. My block, you know, too. So, of course, people are going to be, it's the low-hanging fruit, you know. But yeah, Kelsey's car got robbed. She got not like $20 worth of merchandise stolen. She was just really just pissed off about the fact that it happened. But it's all good. Anyhow, I hope you're all having a good day, being safe, being well, and I'll see you soon in another video. Thanks for watching and subscribing and all your support, everybody. Be well.